previous version of the program of work.
In Egypt, the people's call for freedom, dignity, economic prosperity, and social justice must also be fully heeded. I am pleased to announce that the government of Egypt has invited me to send an OHCHR assessment team to identify ways to enhance human rights protection, and I will be doing so. My office is also ready to support and service the Commission of Inquiry to Libya, mandated by the Human Rights Council. I also note that the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court announced yesterday that he was formally opening an investigation into crimes against humanity in Libya. In Yemen, Algeria, Iraq, Iran, Bahrain, Oman, as well as in other countries, demands for significant change are also being made by protesters. Human rights lie at the heart of these extraordinary developments and must be an integral part of reforms that will bring justice, equality, and security for all. The mounting humanitarian crisis at the border between Libya and Tunisia is now a priority of the highest order. I reiterate the Secretary General's call and the appeals of other colleagues to muster all the resources needed to assist the thousands of people fleeing from Libya whose rights are at risk. Let me take this opportunity to express my dismay at the recent assassination of Pakistani public figures, the latest being the murder this week of Minorities Minister Shahbaz Bhatti. The victims had received death threats for their opposition to the blasphemy law. Let me take this opportunity to note that the current rise in food prices now casts an ominous shadow over the ability of the poorest to make ends meet. We must exercise utmost vigilance to avoid a repetition of the 2008 food crisis. States can do much to protect nationals from the effects of such a crisis through proactive measures. One of the most pervasive effects of the recent economic and financial crisis has been the rolling back of safety nets. I would like to recall that international human rights law requires states, even in times of hardship, to devote maximum efforts to mitigating the impact of crises on vulnerable groups through all available means.
And I would like to invite you to introduce the annual report. You have the floor.